Thanks once again for dropping by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed it, if you felt it was useful. Now let's get into this. So, Billy Joe Saunders. We've been talking about him a good bit lately, and just looking at Billy Joe in a nutshell and seeing what's been going on and what might happen next, you really do ask the question, is he ruining his career? Now, is he? Because this video he posted the other day, you know, where he is making laughing reference to domestic violence, you know, and he didn't mean it in that way, obviously, you know. He's saying, you know, while you're self-isolating, this is how you hit a woman and this, that, the other, you know. Billy Joe, I don't think, he didn't mean it in, you know, a sense of, you know, this is what I do or anything like that, no. But it is quite a silly thing to do. I see the video, I'm not offended by it. I just think it's silly, especially for someone like him, who is a public figure, to do something like that. You know, I don't want to give people the wrong idea and think that, you know, I'm, you know, this PC brigade or anything like that. No, I wasn't offended by it or anything like that, but I just think it's very silly. It's a very silly video to do, especially when you're a public figure. And, you know, as I said, you know, that was on a separate note, that domestic violence is no laughing matter, which it obviously absolutely isn't, male or female. Billy should have known better. That the society we live in, you know, I mean, I was thinking to myself the other day that if you had a room of 10 people, male and female, and you went into that room and you said, and you say you knew everyone, you said, "Hi guys," you'd probably piss someone off. You know, it might even be a male who would turn around and be like, "Oh, how can you say hi guys? You know, there's female," you know, that kind of sense. Just where you just go and say hi guys, you know, people nowadays get offended by that kind of stuff. It's just crazy, absolutely crazy. I don't, you know, I am definitely vehemently against all this, you know, PC, because it ruins comedy. Like, I love comedy. It's ruining comedy. It's just silly, you know. And these people, the people who are, you know, big into that PC thing, have you ever met them? I would not want to be like one of them, you know. It's just, no. So, but Billy Joe, at the end of the day, being a public figure, it hits him twice as hard as it would if it was just, you know, Mick down the road who made that video. It would hit him twice as hard. So he should have known better. The fact that he's done videos like this in the past, not preaching, you know, hitting a woman, but the crackhead video, I mean, that was just ridiculous. That was stupid. And with that, I can see why people got offended by it, because it was a monumentally stupid thing. The video he done yesterday was silly, but that was just, you know, you need your head checked stupid, and he deserves to get fined. He got fined for that. Yeah, he did. He got like 100 grand fine. He deserved to get fined for that. It was stupid. You wonder, will he learn? You know, I think I've spoken about a quote from George Santayana before, that those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. With Billy Joe, case in point. And what this has done is, it's launched an investigation with the WBO. There could be potential they could strip him. Now, there is potential there that they could strip Billy Joe. The British Boxing Board of Control are going to suspend Billy Joe's licence by the looks of things. That could be a year. God knows how long that'll be for. So, Callum Smith fight, that's gone, because there's no point having that in the States. There's no point having it anywhere else other than in the UK. If he gets stripped of the WBO title, well, Canelo Alvarez, I doubt, would want to take that fight. Not that he'd be afraid of Billy Joe or anything like that, but like, where's the incentive if you don't have a title on the line? You know, I can't see why, because the last 3 fights he's had have all been title fights. So where be the incentive to fight someone like Billy Joe if there's no title on the line? Even you could say maybe Golovkin at super middleweight, but I reckon that'd be a middleweight. So, you know, Billy Joe, he's doing himself no favours for his career. And when you look back at Billy Joe's career, you know, Billy Joe, when he beat Eubank Jr., he could have progressed so much and gone on to do so much more. He did win a world title a year later, but he was very inactive for 2015. I think he fought once before he fought Andy Lee, and he was way out of shape in that fight. That was like light heavyweight he was weighing in that fight. He beat Andy Lee, beat him well, on points, got his WBO middleweight title, and then he ballooned up to like 15, 16 stone. He was meant to fight on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez versus Liam Smith. He couldn't get in shape. And the only time he fought was like a year later, was the end of that year, in a leisure centre against, what was the guy's name, Makabov. He looked terrible in that fight. Go back and watch that fight. He looked terrible in that fight. Took God knows how long did it take? It took him 9 months to get a fight in 2017. And then, you know, after all the trouble that went on, you know, 2016, being out of shape, being this, that and the other, not getting the fights, he puts on a brilliant performance against David Lemieux. And you're thinking, okay, off the back of that performance, you can do something. And 2018 was just a write-off. It was even worse than 2016. You know, pulling out a fight to Martin Murray twice. Was he meant to fight I don't know who? Was he meant to fight someone else as well? I don't know. But he ended up fighting Charles Ndamu, on the undercard, one of the early card show fights of Frampton versus Warrington. Wasn't even televised, I don't think. So Billy Joe, and of course last year, 2019, obviously he picked up the WBO super middleweight world title against Isufi, who was no great shakes. And then he fought that Argentinian guy on the Paul KSI undercard. Jake Paul KSI undercard. I always get the two mixed up. Billy Joe, his career high payday, as far as I believe, is in the range of 1 million. You know, he was to get 8 million for the Canelo fight if it came off. Doesn't look like that fight's going to happen. If he gets stripped of his WBO title, well, it's definitely not going to happen. May not be able to fight in the UK, so that could eliminate the Callum Smith fight. Serious career in jeopardy here. The only saving grace I could see for Billy Joe, and if you look back at, I'm going to be all time, but if you look back at his previous career, he's been doing nothing but hampering his career. You know, being inactive, being out of shape, doing the wrong things. And obviously 2018 we know he was meant to fight Demetrius Andre, but that fight didn't happen because of that nasal spray incident. So his career has just been hampered by these kind of things. I think that the saving grace for Billy Joe, if worst case scenario, and for me, I think it's not worst case, I think it's a great fight, will be Demetrius Andre. Now, when I say Demetrius Andre, 160 pounds super middleweight world title, providing if the WBO just strip him, they don't suspend him, because they might suspend him, but if they just strip him, fair enough, be for Andre's 168 pound title or 60 pound title. I'd love that fight. I wanted to see that fight in 2018. I still want to see it. I want to see it. I think it's a competitive fight. I will be making Demetrius Andre favourite, you know, regardless. If this fight had happened 2018 or now, I would still be making Demetrius Andre favourite. I rate Demetrius Andre very highly, but I want to see this fight. I like it. I think it's a good fight, and I think that if worst case scenario for Billy Joe, if his license is suspended for an extended period, he can't get the Callum Smith fight, he can't get the Canelo fight because he's got no world title. It's your saving grace, Billy. You know, it's your saving grace, but you know, that would definitely be in the States. It would have to be, and he would not be the champion. So he'd be the B-side. So it'll be interesting. You know, Billy Joe has definitely made some very, very, very silly choices during his career. Extremely silly. I just fear that he'll do something similar in the future. I hope not. I hope this has taught him a lesson. But you know, it's hard to know. It's hard to say. Those are my thoughts on this. Let me know yours down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, of course, if you are new. And as always, I will talk. So before I go, I just want to say thank you for dropping by the channel. I really do appreciate it. I mean, all the support, all the things that have happened on this channel over the last year have been incredible. If you're new to the channel, as you see on screen there's a couple of like older videos that I have. Some of them aren't really relevant now, to be fair, but some of them are, like my Fighters with a Problem series, stuff like that. If you like any of this, please subscribe, like the video you just watched, share it, do it, all you gotta do. Let's try and keep this channel going, because I love doing this and I love interacting with the fans, and I love hopefully the fans love watching my videos. So thank you for dropping by. I've been G-Man. I will talk to you.